Yo, welcome back. I know if you watched the last video, you probably are thinking you were on the same shirt as yesterday. And yeah, I am because it low-key matches my nails and like it looks pretty sick. Anyways, this is a recap of the Artists Week 5. Hold up. Right? Yeah, sorry. Artists Week 5. And this whole week was kind of saying no to others, but yes to you, yes to me. And I think it was a great week, but this week was very kind of not erratic, maybe a little bit erratic, but it was like I was in a storm. And I don't know if this is going to continue into, this week a little bit, but this week has been, or last week I guess, was very not really controlled. I didn't have lots of control, how to do lots of school and other things, and it's very messed up. I wasn't really sure where I was walking, but I was staying rooted. But this week was very good. I was regaining a sense of possibility, like looking for opportunities and being open to receive gifts or, compliments, anything like that. Like I was just trying to be open, even though my life kind of felt like it was in a storm and it was very kind of chaotic. I know I said this in a past video, but you have to be selfish, and this is kind of what this week was talking about. It's not that negative connotation of selfish when you say no to others and say yes to you. It's you taking time to work on your future, you taking time to work on yourself, and you need to have that time. You need to put that time in. You need to really respect and realize that your time is valuable, and you do not need to spend it all of your time worrying, helping, doing something for another person, because you forget about you. Put that time into yourself. Put that time into your passion, your future. And I know I've said this a lot, but it's always good for the repetition and to hear it again. Make time for you. It's hard to say no sometimes, and you want to be that nice person who helps everyone or helps all the time. I totally understand that. But you have to realize that it is damaging to you. Does this person really even respect me and what I do for them, or do they use me? That's a question that you have to kind of think about sometimes. Like, if they are very valuable to you, then you know that that's not what they are using you for. But some other people in your life, maybe some friends, think about it. Not all the time people are trying to be friends with you. Sometimes they use you, and you have to realize when they are. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. That was a big point in my life. Like, it's okay to say no. It is hard sometimes. It really is, because you want to be nice and, kind of say it in a nicer way sometimes. And it's hard. It is hard. But sometimes you kind of got to be upfront and just be like, no, I can't. I won't. I'm sorry. And just kind of move on. Make time for you. You are valuable. Make time for you. The week was also talking about, be open to receive everything. And, what is that possibility? What could you be looking at? What could you be doing? What are some people that might come into your life? Just think about that kind of stuff. And by being open to opportunities and people, there's this quote. It says, by replacing no way with maybe, we open the door to mystery and magic. You don't have to think everything is so hard. You have a chance. You can do anything you want because it's you versus you, and the universe knows what's best for you. Sometimes it doesn't give you things at the right time because the universe knows that you aren't ready or you don't need it. But be open. Say maybe. Now, if you're pursuing a passion, I say will. I will pursue that passion. I will take it on. But if there's a possibility, if there's something that you're like, oh, hell no, that would never happen, change it. Just say maybe. That might happen. That could eventually turn into it will happen. Or you keep it at a maybe and be willing to receive it. You don't want to shut off these things that you think are too good, because I guarantee you are able to achieve them and welcome them in your life. The week was really just talking about being open to receive and focus on you. And by focusing on you and being open to possibilities, if you do feel like you victimize yourself, that kind of turns off, because no longer are you saying, oh, I have no time, I can't do anything I want. By you saying no, now you're able to work on you. So you can't be a victim in that scenario. If you're saying, oh, that would never happen, I don't have the skills for this certain job, oh, I don't think that could ever happen in my life. My life is always really sucky and I have the worst luck. I used to say that. But that's just you victimizing yourself. When you're open to possibilities and you're open to the universe to grant you things, you're willing to receive, that victimized mindset goes away. That scarcity mindset of I have nothing goes away, because now you're making time for you and you're being open, ready to receive anything the universe has to offer you. That is beautiful. And it was also, being open to possibility allows me to cut off the limitations we set for ourselves. And, going on to this week 6 that I just read yesterday, and, I'm going to be doing for this week, you got to realize that the universe, God, doesn't really have a set of rules. It's kind of not irrational, but there's a lot of things that you yourself set limits on. And so you purposely trap yourself from receiving any gifts from the universe. By you being open to possibilities, into this next week about abundance, you open yourself up to receive these gifts that the universe wants to offer you. When you're closed off, you're victimizing, you're in that scarcity mindset, you have nothing, you're trapped. You are trapping yourself. I always say it's you versus you. You are trapping yourself, and you are making yourself, your life, not as great as it could be, because you're not even allowing yourself to receive anything. And I have a quote here. It says, "Most of us never consider how powerful the Creator really is. Instead, we draw very limited amounts of power available to us. We unconsciously set a limit on how much God can give us or help us." Be open. Be open. Open yourself up to possibilities. You never know what could come out of them. Money, a new job, a new passion, a whole new walk of life that you never would even thought of. It appeared because you just gave it a chance. You gave yourself that chance instead of blocking out that scenario that you thought was too good, too powerful, too extreme, too far out. You gave yourself the chance, and I guarantee it will come into your life. Give yourself the possibility of maybe, not a no way, a possibility of maybe. And then if you're talking about a passion, not maybe I'll pursue it. If you really love it, I will. Worry about being authentic. Sometimes you got to say no. Be you. Follow what you want. Be open to the possibilities of things. Release the victimized mindset. Release that scarcity mindset. Look into abundance. Look into being you, authentic, and looking into, making time for you. You can say no to other people. That's perfectly okay. If they really care about you, they'll realize that you need your own time too, and they'll respect that completely. Make time for you. Be open. Bro, literally, the world is your oyster, my oyster. The world is my oyster. And I know that I can pursue and be open to abundance and money and whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.